Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we will do unboxing of my monthly hero art kit. So this month's kit is definitely more of like Thanksgiving theme, gratefulness and all. And let's see what inside it. So it came in this zip pack, and one of the thing is got this liquor pen, then the sheet, and these are kind of, you can use it, these are the acetate sheets and these are nice. I have this, purchased them separately also. And this stamp is so beautiful. It is having so many things around, like let me put here the white one. Thank you, thankful for you, happy sweet weather, atom greetings, gratitude, happy fall and sending of thanks. So most of these greetings you can use year around. That is the plus thing. Other thing it came is this stencil. You see all of these, that how you can put layer these stencils and create this kind of wreath around. And they gave some kind of special, you can see their videos also, as well as you can see how we can layer them and do it. We will do that also. And for that you will get this window die. So this is kind of a hero art speciality, that they have window die. I have lots of them, the fairy one, the butterfly one, and that gonna die it out something like this, like which is giving you a window to create that. So you can use this way, or you can use the whole panel and you can add your sentiment there to create this kind of stuff. Another thing is this palette of small cubes. I don't know, I'm obsessed with the small cubes. They look good once they are cheaper, and you can have many and many colors. And another thing is that you can use them very versatile way. If you don't watch my previous video, you can see that how I use them, and to create a different kind of stuff is going on. I have many of small cubes, maybe from the Hero Arts and other brands also. You can see that I put them like this, so you can create many things. And for this section I will add maybe little bit of green, more green, to get that thing, and maybe yellow color also. Or you can go ahead and add distress ink also, right? So yeah, this may be our palette. And I don't know, but I love this inks, and I'll just swap a small kind of let's see what we can do. So why these inks I love, because they are very versatile to create a background. The same time you can create many things out of it, like I just giving my hand little bit of that movement to create that kind of wavy things, or you can say the pattern. And look how saturated they are. So this is one, the caramel, this one is the espresso, and we have the mustard also. Oh my goodness, it is so beautiful and fully saturated. And then the cherry, I think we had cherry in the last kit also, but yeah, this is the perfect combination. And you can add more colors like the green or black to create more things out of it. And then if you get a premium kit, you will get this add-on, where these are the small creators with all of their small die cuts, and you will get the hero art. Look at these, and you're gonna get the hero arts small matching die cut out for them. They are thank you, leave your worries behind. They are kind of dancing and singing around and having matches, those kind of, you make my heart sing, sending hugs, I'm doing happy dance. Wow, that's some kind of fun things. And we have some of these dies, you can see, and we have some extra dies in it, which I will show you, like this one, these leaves, and these things. You can create more fall kind of wreath around it, or you can use these small things add to your cards to make more. But these small things are so cute. Yeah, I love them. And some of them are kind of coordinated also. So you will get pumpkins also, and all these critters, those are dancing around. And then I think these are for the leaves one. And they also give us a very nice idea that how you can use this in this wreath. You can use that also, or you can add some of this to make a tags or little embellishment. As well as we will get this glitter paper, and you know, I love these glitter paper because it will not rub out. And sometimes I don't want to use them, I just want to hold them with me and want to use them for the special projects. Yeah, so these are the contents what they put around. This ink is the one of the ink where you can use this particular ink for the no line coloring. So before that, what I use for no line coloring is I most of the times use the distress inks in a very light color, which is kind of a grayish color or something like that. And or I just use the Versa fine watermark ink so that it was not seeing, but it's a long time like coloring and all. So this is onto ink, and this is a kind of pack you get with all of the plus things here, and they already give you that how this creator you can create with the small things. Look at the small leaves and pumpkins, and there are many combinations you can do with it. But before starting that combination, I want to show you that what we will use in this pack. So most of the times I use these recollections cardstocks, and I most of the times, every time I bought them from the Michaels, maybe I online them order or online, or the I go shop, and they are 65 lbs, and I'm not worrying about that because most of the times I'm layering the things. And then you can make a base with the Nina Solar. So it is like this color, which is kind of little bit of not exactly matching to the cherry color, but kind of going a little bit brownish reddish color. This is the brown. You can go with the caramel, and then yellow, although it's not a honey mustard yellow which is kind of matching to this one, but it's kind of a butter bar. And then green we will use orange, and maybe if we want that we can need more shades of green, then I'll prefer to use this darkest green. And this is like again the recollections cardstock, so that you know I will get a little bit of variety with these papers. And now you can see the difference between these two greens. Okay, and you can choose again any mustard yellow also, some kind of this, or you can go ahead and use the craft color cardstock, which I'm not showing here, but we will use, okay, I can show. So we will use the craft color cardstock as well as the black color also. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this away. And if you saw the Spellbinders this month, they have that kind of mushroom, I'll show you. I have it. So it is the kind of a mushroom embossing folder, and I really liked it, and I thought it goes very well with this kit. You don't have to buy this, but if you have, I just want to show you that how it's gonna look very beautiful. Look at this. So we can use these as a backgrounds also, and white. That's the one thing. If you don't have mushroom, you can choose any other embossing folder. And this is, I have embossing folder, and I embossed some of these papers beforehand. Just want to show you that how I'm thinking before starting my work. Then I go ahead and die cut out some of these windows. Now you can see that I'm using the same color palette here, and it's kind of absolutely fine. Look at this. You can put, so let's start, and before creating some cards, we will just jump start with the ideas. So one thing is we can do is like we can put this critters inside. One will be fine, and you can stamp any of these things. If you don't have this fully thing, you can see all over the internet that they are putting this inside and creating a window shaker card. That's why they are giving these acetate sheet to put that thing, and that will be also nice. You can create it's on white, but I suggest you, while you are just coloring this, go ahead and try to use various colors, like maybe you can choose the blue theme, maybe you can choose the yellow theme, and you can color them by stenciling them together, and that will give you a really nice kind of effect all around it. I'll show you in a minute. Then particularly for these critters, you can go ahead, and I saw one of the card where they create the camping and things. You can put these critters in this window if you have both of them. Or what else you can do before that, I will show you. This year they didn't give it, like this time they didn't give it the ribbons, but I'm kind of obsessed with their ribbons, so I purchased separately. And I'll show you, like all the sheets will be same as usual. They have lots and lots of these. I already have some of the pumpkin dies with me, with the previous kits of the spellbinders, as well as hero arts. I don't know, so I have so many stuffs. I should stop buying stuff now. But every time there's something came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to buy. So rather than creating nowadays, I'm just kind of more watching, and you know, more of the what do you say, more of the, rather than creating, I'm just more of watching and purchasing the things. But I should focus more on the creating rather than watching. So they already gave the C and B and A, so they already give us all of these kind of you know, marks where we can do the coloring and matching the things. So my I'm not much like I'm not much thinking about that how it will be. So let's see, we will first of all sticking this. I already die cut out it, and now I'm kind of lining up with the leaves, and let me see. Okay, or like this way. I'm kind of try to figuring out which way it is working. Okay, so this is like this way, and I'm just kind of lining it. I'm not, you can go ahead and match these dots if you have a bigger paper. I'm not matching anything for this time, and I'm just putting this small washi tape here to just hold it in a place. This is my glass mat. I kind of, every time this, you know, in a market something can come new, and you know, it's always something to buy. So now I decided like I will not buy more stuff. I will just stick what I have. I just want to show you that, you know, with the white you can do the same technique, with the craft you can do the same technique. Here I'm just using the cubes which came in a kit. The same time I'm using a yellow color cardstock which I showed you before, and here I'm adding little bit of color everywhere, and here I'm using the caramel color. I just want to show you how the layering works here and how different colors you can add to this. You can do the same technique as on white also, as I showed you, but what I'm trying to do here is I'm just giving little bit of brown shade to those stems of the mushroom, as well as the some of the leaves. And here I'm using the small brush, a small sponge brush. It's not a bigger one, so you can go ahead, and I'm using the same brush, and I will add more darker shade this time. This one is espresso. You can go ahead and add the same combinations of orange and red and green also, because fall leaves are just kind of changing the colors, so you don't have to stick to these colors. You can go ahead and add more colors to this. You can do this like leaves in 3 colors also. Like I'm feeling like I need little bit of brown here, a little bit of orange here, So I'm kind of searching. I have orange color with me. Yeah, it's a archival one. I can use this one, or I can go ahead and use the distress inks, whatever I had. And then I'm just grabbing little bit of color and then just, you know, putting that color over it. And I will not wash my stencil. I'm gonna put it just like that, and whenever I like want to wash them, I will wash them together. So you can see that I have lots and lots of color here, and this one is our A stencil. Now we'll go ahead with the B stencil, and then I'm just kind of putting it here. Okay, so now we have different shades. Now what you can do, you can just go ahead and just skipping the part of basically skipping the part of adding two colors. You can go ahead and add one color one at a time, and now for this time you can add more color, like lighter, first darker brown, and then you can go ahead and add a little bit of lighter brown, or you can do shades of blues also. I saw one of the card. You can go ahead and just break the rules and go ahead and do with the shades of pink also. So yeah, you can do that. And now I'm craving for some of the green color, so I use this Zero Arts green color. And now here yellow color we already have, because our card base is kind of yellow. So if some parts where you didn't get a color, or if there are some parts where you didn't get a full coverage of the color, still it will work, just because our base is colorful here. Okay, so but if you have a white color cardstock, make sure that you color everything like generously, otherwise it will not give that kind of color mix. So that is the one thing you should remain in your mind. And when you have a craft color cardstock or a different kind of color cardstock, it gonna match and mix with that color, so it will give a different shades, right? So it will not the pure shades, it will give you a different shades. Like here I'm putting the green, so I will not get a pure green like I get on my white cardstock, and I'm using the same brush without even washing it. So after this, I think it's time to use that cherry red color which came in a kit, and it is so awesome. And then we'll use that liquor pen on it. So here I'm kind of just, you know, lining up the thing. You don't have to do this if you are matching those dots. If your paper is bigger, you don't have to do that, but it's easily, you can, it's not a rocket science, you can easily do that. So now I'm taking this, and now this is like a fully pigmented one, so I'm gonna get a nice color, and then I'm just adding these colors. So don't go very heavy-handedly on the first time. Just see where you want the heavy-handed color, or how much you press your sponge dauber or this sponge brush, that will give that effect. And if you do the same technique with the white, it will give you a pure color, as I told you before. So here a main thing is you want those mushrooms to be very red in color, so you can go heavy-handedly there. And other things, you don't want that kind of full-on cherry red, so you can go light-handedly there, or just wipe your brush there. Like now here I'm taking a color, I'll go heavy-handed on the mushrooms, and whatever color I have left, I just gonna mingle that color all over. So that thing you can do while coloring. Now again I'm going heavy-handed here, because I want those mushroom kind of nice dark in color, and for other things I'm just going light-handedly. And I think 1 2 3 we are done here. We already colored everything, so let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's looking nice. And now I can use this lacquer pen and add little bit of white mushroom dots there, and I kind of, oh my gosh, it is so, ooh, it is kind of pumping out everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think I need to remove that. Maybe I should put it like this, or this is in the kit, so it's came. And this squash is like too big for me, so I gonna just pick that with the towel, and it is like fully white now. But don't worry, we will figure it out by adding more of the red color to them. So yeah, don't worry if the things didn't go the way you want, just fine, figure it out. So yeah, that is the white pen. It's kind of very, I can say it's a very bright white dot. It's very opaque. You can use to spread sets on your card. That will also give a nice effect. So now here is the thing. If you want to create a shaker card inside, now let's talk about the ideas. Yay, my favorite part. So you can see, you know how to create the shaker card. We are doing this a long time, every time. So you can add these, or what you can do, you can add these small dies. I showed you before, that small mushroom and the small leaves. You can use them as a shaker. You can use those glitter papers and cut out them, and you can fill them with those dies. If you don't want to do that, use your own shakers, you can do that also. And if you don't want to do that, don't fill the shaker, just fill with the glitter, and that will also work. And whenever you we will make this, we can turn this into shaker card. Yeah, we can do that. I can show you that way also. Let it dry for a little bit. So here is the thing, you can add the same thing kind of. You don't have to like you can match these kind of stuff together, or you can, you know, manipulate little bit all over. If you have these kind of panel which is not die cut out properly, or you want to keep it like that way, so you can, you know, put like this also, or you can go ahead and grab a new card. That will also work. So before adding this, I need to add little bit of color, I think, for here on these mushrooms, right? Because it's become more white. We don't want that white, and it becomes nice now. And then we'll grab a little bit bigger brush. Where is that? Okay, this brown will do, I think. I'm taking this caramel color and adding that color just all around little bit, to giving more depth to this panel. Not much, just little bit. Again, Spellbinder is having a stitch dies mushrooms. I have this with me. That gonna go well with this one. And as well as I have Hero Arts mushrooms also. Somehow I misplaced that die, and okay, I got it. This is, so we can use this. So very funny thing happened with this die. I supposed to order this die before, and I ordered it with some of the other stuff with the Hero Arts, and it didn't came. So I was like, where it is. First of all, I saw all the stuff of mine, then I recheck. Sometimes they didn't come in the same package, so I wait for a few days, and then I just mail them that I didn't got this die, and I already paid for this, and they are very sweet. They send me it back. So yeah, it's always a nice things with the Hero Arts. And we can use these ferns and these dies here also for creating our card. Another thing is we need to clean our surface as we go. Use less paper, use more of the reusable materials. Buy less clothes. Yeah, that is a little bit harder for me, but yeah, I'll try to do that. So we already made this. Now let's see which background gonna look good on it. So it will go with I think good on any of the background, white, yellow, green, whatever we decide, we can go ahead with that. If you want to add more and more texture, so I already showed you before that how we have these mushroomy things going over, and we can put this mushroom things like this also. So it is also, it's kind of full of the things going on. If you don't have these, then you can go ahead and add something else like this. Okay, if you want a more texture to your card, or you can keep it simple and make it plain. Okay, so for particularly this one, you can go ahead and heat emboss the things. These dyes, these acetates take a nice thing. I have more hero art acetate with me. They are a little bit smaller in size, I think, but yeah, they're gonna take more. So we can put here. Okay, we can stamp one of these stuff, whatever you like, and you can make it, turn it into shaker card. But I don't know, I want to do something else this time in the ideas. So this is the very basic one, and you can see all this stuff going on internet, and you can see how to make this card very simply. So we can turn them into trifold cards. That is the another idea, how we can turn them into trifold cards is we can just put this panel. I'll show you. So we have this card stock, if, and I'll just use this. So it is 8.5 by 5/4. Oh yeah, a little bit more. So what we can do is we'll just go it in a half. Now it will become the like this, and then we can put our card here and then put here, and then it gonna give us that trifold look. You can create this in a gatefold look also. So for the gatefold look, you have to just cut this and this. Maybe you have to hand cut out this mushroom and leaf, and then it can open like this. You can do that also. Other things, you can use this as, rather than doing it for the, what do you say, the greeting card, you can turn them into the photos. Maybe let me see if you have, yeah, I have this photo. I'm making the Disney album, so it's just lying around. But now you can turn that into, you know, look at this, you can turn it on the photo frame kind of thing. You can create the photo shaker card, and you can give it to someone so they can hang it there. Or if you have someone's picture, you can just print out that and fit it inside and put it down. You can have, if room, you can have the sentiment here, or you can just put the sentiment on the downside, or that is the other thing we can do. And another thing is, like, we have these big pumpkins, so we can put these pumpkins on the white color cardstock, and then we can put them inside. I'll show you how we can do that. But if you don't have these sticker sheets, but you have the another dies, like I have the pumpkin dies with the spell binders, and I think I have with the hero hearts too. Yeah, I have with hero hearts too. So we can, you know, do that also. Another thing I want to tell here is adding the textures to your card. It's like, if it is like, okay, so this one is my card, and I want to add more things inside. So I can put these just by, you know, seeing that where they can, and I can use directly rub-on on these white. These rub-ons works most beautifully on the white card. They shows their true color. You can create a wreath with this rub-ons also, and I told you, if you don't have this rub-on, still you can create that pumpkin. So all of the things are not much mushroomy if I'm in a proper, like, if I'm telling that in a proper way, I hope so. Another thing is adding different kind of texture with the pattern papers. So you can see this pattern paper, these are from the, let me see if I can grab that paper. Okay, so these are the craft paper by the craft Constream, and I love these. I have these for a while, and you can choose a different kind of colors out of it. So you can choose the watercolors kind of stuff to get a background. I'll show you what I'm trying to say. So you will get a more texture basically. Okay, let's see. So you are getting the more texture if you're using the pattern paper. You can see that. You can go ahead and go on little bit on the lighter shade, or you can die cut out these mushroom directly with these plates, and you know, just then enhance the color on color means pattern paper on the color. You can do that. You can add the pattern paper on this, or just go crazy and don't use the regular pattern paper, watercolor pattern paper. Find something very, you know, drastic that maybe written something like about thanks or something like that. Maybe see, if I have something, I will show you. I can't find anything, let me see. But you can go ahead and do that, like very different paper here. This is from Honeybee, but you can find a very different paper. Go ahead with that, and you know, you can get a very subtle and nice card, and then you can put just a thank you here, and it will look very good. Another thing, you can add those mushrooms here. Mushrooms on mushrooms gonna give you very good idea. We talk about trifold, we talk about gatefold. We are using this as a wreath. Another thing is, you can do that, and you need a little bit patience for that. You have to cut out all these like side things, and you will get a wreath. Okay, so you don't have to stick all the mushrooms together for the wreath. You can do just that by doing. So I tried with the oval die, but that oval die is a little bit smaller, which is also came in a hero arts kit, but it's a little bit smaller, so I'm not able to, you know, get that. Another thing, if we are creating like trifold, this is like a trifold I told you, so we can create a trifold which is kind of standing there. So what I will do in that, I gonna stick this card here, okay, and here I will write a message. So I have a tall card, and then I gonna put it like this, so it is kind of hanging there, and that will also give you a very good idea. You can go ahead and make it in a halfway also. Let me show you that. So for that, let me see if I have paper. Okay, so if it is like this, you have to fold it in half. I'll show you. So this is my full card. I will just fold my card in half. I should use this, or you can go ahead and fold it in a 1/4 or 3/4 also. So here this is my card. It is 11 and 11. Total is 11, and this one is, I have 5.5. Maybe you have a 4.25. I have that also. I'll show you. Sometimes, you know, there are so many things happening in the life, like, oh my god, I can't tell you. I'm already making the Disney projects, and it's all over place, and I'm learning many things like jelly printing and mixed media. Okay, so this is I'm just going offset the mind. Okay, so it's like 5.25. This is 11. So now what I will do, I'll just go back here, and I will just do it on maybe 8.5 or 8. Okay, we'll do at 8, and then we'll just kind of little bit of thing here, and then I want to add now here again the thing is, you can add a floating sentiment also. So I'm trying to put like this, so you will get this kind of window there. Look, if I put like this, you will get this kind of window. So we can do that also. And what we can do, we can put more mushrooms or something kind of there, or we will use the same acetate, and we're going to stamp something here like this, thank you, and we will get that floating thing on that. So for putting that thing, we have to do one thing. You have to put all of these areas stick to the card, then one small strip here, like anything like this. Just double it or something like that, so that it will stop here. Okay, like this. So we can create that floating window there, and we can put the floating sentiment, or if you don't want that floating sentiment, you can have sentiment here, but it should be another interesting thing to do, like this. So you know how many cards you needed, the same times you needed the many of the tags to, you know, go with them, or you want to put the tags of your everything is going on, so you need those tags also. So for tag making and all this kind of stuff go very handy, because for tag making you don't have to see the directions. Like for the card we need to see the direction. If I want to use this, I will only use this direction, because this mushroom is going that. If my pattern is something like that, I can go ahead and, you know, use any of it to, what do you say, any of the direction, because it's a floral pattern or around the direction is not given. And if you are using these kind of geometric patterns, like I have these 3D folders, and I think this weaving goes well with this Christmas thing also, we can use that. So that is like all over pattern, you can go ahead and do that. But for the 3D embossing folders, what I like to add is more color on them. Like you can just, you know, so these small cubes always work like that, and they are like, I'm just getting it very light-handedly, and the color is kind of catching there, and I'm not much concerned about which color is going where. I'm just giving that more dimensions, and that's giving me this 3D effect, which I can put behind this, something like that. And the rest of it I can use it for tags, and I can use the same sentiments, same things for that. I will show you the coloring of the critters also, but I will show rather than showing separate, I will go ahead and make that card, and I'll show you there itself and what I'm talking. So one thing I want to show is that how we can use that on the white, which already. So here is the thing which I want to show you, is how you can match those dies, and we will make this for, like, I'm not printing anything, I'm not die cutting this time, we will use directly the stencils here. So what I'm doing, I'm just putting my stencil here, then you can choose a pen or a pencil. I think pencil is a better choice. So I'm using the pencil to just, you know, put those dots here, so I can erase them afterwards if I want. And then here is the thing, then I don't have to worry about the which part should I do, or what should I match the things. I can just go ahead and match these 4 corner dots here, and then we will get the good. So I bought this tape, it came in this recollections, I think. No, it's from Simple Stories, and I don't know, others are working very well, but for particularly this one, it is kind of going always like cutting. I'm not getting a full strip out of it, so I'm just using it for random uses like this. So this, I want this cherry red. Now we'll use the purely which came in a kit. So we have this cherry red, and this is one is C. No, so we will not use C first, definitely we will use the A first. So what is in A, where is it? Okay, so this is A. Now look, I'm just putting this here, so I'm just matching those corners. Then I will put little bit of tape. I already have so much cherry in my brush, so I will use little bit of that here and there, maybe a light wash, and then I'm gonna use this caramel. So I'm going here very light-handedly with the caramel. I'm not putting very heavy hand on it because I know the layering will goes. But anytime you want, you can see the others work. You can see what combinations they are using, or you can have your own combination. It's totally depend, or you can add more or less color wherever you want. So after adding this, now we will just remove this one, and you can see we get this one. Now we will use the bee, and there was an aircraft. I can't do anything about it, and here I'm just matching those things. I'm not worried about where I'm going. I'm just matching these 4 corners of the pencil mark. This time I'll go with the espresso. Espresso? Oh no, it's not espresso. It's the yellow color. I have a little bit. Okay. So I'm just going, and this is spicy mustard which came in a kit. I'm just going around a little bit, and then so here's the thing. Now this time I want little bit of green color which not came in a kit, but I think it would be the nice idea to add little bit of green, maybe on the top or maybe on the bottom. If you saw the fall things, like they have little bit of green around, not everything is totally yellow when it started the fall coloring. And I lived in a Colorado, and near about, oh my goodness, the Rocky Mountains. Like when you go to see the fall colors there, it's so beautiful. One of my last videos, one of my viewer told me that while seeing your mountain cards, we want to go to like for the vacation. And I was like, I supposed to tell them that like I live there itself in the Rocky Mountains, and it's so beautiful. Because Colorado is like all the mountains and things, and it's really beautiful, and you got always inspiration from them. So now you can see I have a little bit of green color. So let's add the last color, which is like cherry color, which came in a kit. So, and particularly for mushrooms, I will go really heavy handed. Another thing is you can do, whenever you put your ink on your brush, go with first mushrooms, and then whatever left in your brush, you can drag that color all around just like this to put in other areas also wherever they are open. Or you can just do the mushrooms in red, and you can use that dark espresso color, the dark brown color all around, and we will do that also. But first we will go with the cherry color, so it will give you the one stencil, but you are doing the 2 coloring in that, 2 shades of coloring basically, I want to say. And I will add little bit there without hesitation. And now I don't want to add the color to the mushrooms, I just want to add colors to the other leaves and stuff. I'm not washing my brush, and then I'm just adding that darkest color there, just like that. And the color variation will give you a nice effect on the card. So don't try to be more perfect, try to be loosen up. And you know, the stencils and things and all this stuff and color layering stencils, why they came in the market? They just want to simplify our life. then you don't have to color the single thing, like, you know, you're going one by one in the color routine. Okay, now I have to color this color, I have to do this color. Although that is also fun of living, that is also the fun of the crafting, in my opinion. But these kind of stuff just make our life easy. And then I'm going all over the stencil here. So you can see that here I put so much dark, so I need to put little bit darker on other side also, so it will not look, should look little bit more balance. Yeah, balance is a proper word. So that I'm just adding little bit of brown, more brown on these sides also. Here I will go light-handedly on these leaves. And after that I'm quite happy with it. I'm gonna put that away. You can wash your stencils. Now look, you will get such a nice effect. You don't have to die cut out this. You can just put, okay, we'll put this thank you here. I don't know, I'm so obsessed with the thank you thing. And I give thank you cards all the time, all over the place, you know. I'm the kind of person who carries the cards in the bag and give it to everyone. Yeah, so I will just put this thanks. Now we are using this first time. I'm not using Misty. I should use the Misty, but I'm just giving it try. And then I'm just kind of, oops, putting all the pressure. Here I'm using the Watercolor ink, and then I'm just lifting it. Oh, and it's perfect. I don't have to think more. So you can see this is like clean and simple card. Now we can use our white liquor pen. I hope it's not popping too much now. So I can add little bits of small dot. 3 dots always look nice. 1 or 2 also, depending on how big mushroom you have. But yeah, different size of 3 dots looks always nice on the project.
So I think this video is getting longer and longer. So I'm gonna make another video and where we can put all this card together. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.